RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
The way I see it, I think if Fortuna beats Diaz, I could see that fight happen. I could see them putting Tank in with Fortuna.
And you know what? And that's actually a perfect segue into our preview. And that's actually a perfect segue into our preview because Golden Boy is going to have a card on Friday. Friday, July 9th. Friday, that's my birthday, by the way. So if y'all want to wish me happy birthday on that day, y'all can do that. You can. I even put out my Cash App, even though I don't think I really need it. Just in case y'all want to feel generous and want to.
I will send you some scrod or some pizza with some fucking broccoli on it. And you send some fucking rats too to deliver that shit.
Word, yo. But at least it's good. Oh, I got a boxing card on my birthday. That's what it is, and it's actually a pretty good one too. For the Golden Boy, for all the shit that they be doing, all their controversies. Oscar and Canelo and Ryan Garcia. The Golden Boy matchmakers are probably the best in the business. They're the only organization that actually knows how to build an undercard that's actually you can really watch.
And it's competitive and it's consistent.
Right. And at times it's actually pretty brutal. The action is brutal as fuck. So because they be motivated. They be
and the women's fights on that undercard be just as good as the men. So you don't even feel like a drop off in quality in that. You just watch the whole card. And everybody's getting their ass whooped. The end.
Facts. Yo, that is perfect. That was well said. And then they have an interesting doubleheader. And of course, I'll just talk about the co-main, which is Joseph Jojo Diaz. Fresh off his draw earlier this year, facing Javier Fortuna for the WBC GameStop interim lightweight title, 12 rounds fight. So yeah, like I said, so Fortuna now being he's a Heyman PBC fighter, he has an opportunity to face and beat a very decisive name to get his name up in this fight. And I'm like, okay. And Jojo Diaz, like I said, he's actually coming up in weight again, for this fight. And I have to give credit to Jojo Diaz because he wanted this fight. It was look, man, Javier Fortuna was supposed to face. It was supposed to be Ryan Garcia. He was supposed to face 4 different people. I think Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia was the last name that was mentioned. He was supposed to face.
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia kind of disappeared.
Yeah, because he had to go deal with his mental health. So
which was proven to be bullshit.
Yeah, no, absolute bullshit. Dude was out there with a chick in some boat or whatever, and talking shit. And
then he came out of hiding as soon as Jojo Diaz, picked up the fight.
Hell yeah. And
that's making Jojo Diaz the cleanup guy.
Yeah, and that was some bullshit too. So yeah, I saw. So yeah, we all peeked him how he was moving. Yeah, Ryan Garcia was flawed for that.
And now it gives credence to the claim where Ellerby was saying they offered the fight, Ryan Garcia, and they said we're exploring options.
Right.
So it's not. So you can't make a fight with Fortuna. You can't make a fight with Tank. Who can you make a fight with?
I'm saying you can't make a fight with Haney. The actual champion in that.
Yeah, you can't make a fight. But see, this is the thing. The Haney fight was never really negotiated. I'm not even going to put that out there. That's just a fight that could be made, that should be made, that hasn't been made. I'm talking about fights that someone actually tried to negotiate.
Word.
And that's Fortuna and Tank, and it's he finessed his way out of them fights. And people were looking forward to both of them.
Hell yeah.
But you had Mike Tyson, hyping these niggas up on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
They let that fucking fight go. At one time, that fight was more important than fucking Spence Crawford.
Yeah, that fight had crazy hype. So that was
crazy hype, and they just let it go.
and Ryan Garcia, it's like he's still fucked up, and he had me feeling sorry for Javier Fortuna, and I don't even like Fortuna. I don't even like watching him fight all that much.
Well, Fortuna is dangerous. It's a threat. Just like he possessed a threat just like Barrios, but he's more proven on the world level.
Absolutely, yeah. Fortuna, like boxing wise, you may have a little struggle in there, but you can't trade hands with him all that much. Because he got power, he got athleticism, he is talented. And if you're not careful, he will knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, so he's definitely dangerous. Just like how we was looking at Jorge Linares, has a threat level. He's athletic. He's dangerous.
And he turned out to actually be that in the Haney fight.
Yeah. So it's getting to a point where we want to see these guys fight each other, but it don't seem like they want to.
No, they don't.
And no one's selling like Tank is. So
right, and then Fortuna, and
he's not making a deal with him. Man, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and I actually think Fortuna will probably show out in this one because Fortuna, he had four different times the fight fell through for this guy.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I think the guy's gonna let out his frustrations on Jojo Diaz that fight.
Yeah,
man, JoJo ain't get the decision in his last fight, so he gonna let out his frustration in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think they're gonna go to war in this fight. Like, I mean, I can just see it. Like, they're gonna throw some hands.
And if it's a war, I favor Fortuna.
Oh hell no!
Oh, there we go.
Fortuna. This ain't Robert Easter versus fucking Fortuna. This is Jojo Diaz.
Oh, this is Jojo Diaz.
This is Diaz's first fight at 135. So
yeah.
Officially at 135.
Dude should have been at 135 since the fucking Turbo Fist fight.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah. Well, he wanted that title shot. He wanted to get that featherweight title, and he actually dropped. He actually, because he had a regular belt too, but he got that stripped off the scales too because he was overweight, I think, was he? Was he?
I think he's gonna be stronger at 135.
I do too, because if you're not cutting that much weight, like you might as well go. But he should at least try to maintain his weight some, because it was disappointing. So I actually thought he could have maintained that 130 when he beat Tevin Farmer for the belt. But just the fact
but then it's like it took so long to get another fight, man. And some of these guys, if you don't keep them active, their weight just goes crazy.
Yeah, I know. And this dude was like 3.5 pounds over his weight. It was ridiculous, man. Like. Yeah. Jojo Diaz, he has to stay in the gym, else you have that going on for him. But I mean, this is redemption fight because he got criticized for that, and then for the Rakhimov fight that was earlier this year, so he got criticized. So like P said, he's looking to thump, and Fortuna's looking to thump. And LB, how do you think? Since you didn't,
I think Jojo might clip this dude, yo. Jojo might stop dude.
You think he's gonna stop him?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What round we talking?
Jojo got the skills to cook, dude. This might be like 10th round.
Oh shit! I can definitely see that because, like I said, because Fortuna shit is a little suspect. Like he
got a shaky chin and he's inconsistent sometimes. The defense be leaky. He pulls his head straight back. Like I feel like Diaz could hurt him with something and. Diaz is a good combination puncher. Might have some more body behind those shots at 135. I think he could clip him, but I think we'll get a war. I think we'll get a good fight though.
Yeah, because I mean, for Fortuna, like I mean, I still never understand how he actually got KO'd by Jason Sosa, which is the thing that was, that should have never happened.
Yeah, I mean, Sosa is a puncher though, isn't he? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, it was just like, he can't like, oh, shout out to DT3 the Boo Man. I just happened to see you out here, man. Salute you. I saw your I definitely listened to your video earlier today about Malik Scott, bro, and I was kind of rolling too. So it was good shit though, but salute him though. That dude doesn't care. He be saying whatever, man. They be furious at him, but what can you say, man?
He keep it real though.
He keeps it super real. Like it's not even just Wilder. It's like on Fury 2 and everyone. Like he keeps it super real. And I definitely felt that Boxing is Dead video you also had too. Yeah, you was right on a couple things on that. So yeah, salute that, man. But yeah, I definitely look forward to that fight. Pilot, how do you think Jojo Diaz and Fortuna is gonna go?
I expect a really good fight. Good back and forth. I think I lean towards Diaz with the unanimous decision. I mean, I'll obviously see Fortuna hitting him with something serious, but I think Diaz is a safe bet to get the victory.
So we thinking knockout or thinking decision?
Decision. I say decision for Diaz.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. P, I know you're leaning toward Fortuna. What are you leaning toward Fortuna for decision or a KO?
I think it's gonna be a decision with a knockdown. I think it'll drop Diaz. Wow. Yes, I think it's gonna be I think they're gonna be a lot of fighting in close quarters. And I think that I think that I favor Fortuna, and with the punching power, I think there'll be some opportunities for a lot of counter punching. So we'll say whoever's on their A game, whoever on their A+ game will get it. But I think Fortuna will be a little sharper, and I think Fortuna is a bigger puncher than me, and I think he'll hurt. Diaz, but I can see Diaz hurting Fortuna too, because Fortuna doesn't have the greatest chin. But it's a close fight. But I give it towards Fortuna.
Yeah, Fortuna. Yeah, because I think Jojo Diaz is more of a volume puncher. Like he wears you down. Like I mean, it's very.
Yeah, but I mean, if that gives him more chances to get countered. I don't think Jojo's defense is that great either.
It was better than fucking Fortuna. Damn half-ass defense. And where is all this damn power punching Fortuna? Like, who the fuck he knocked down for you to y'all be on some? Yeah, he's power.
I didn't pick him to knock him out, but he definitely has some pop.
Yeah, he does. I feel like their power is comparable. Like it's the same.
Well, he definitely has more power than Jojo Diaz. That's for damn sure.
Thank you.
I guess because he fought at a higher weight, but I mean, we'll see who has the more power with who has the better chin, because that's what's going to matter with all this power talk.
Right.
Because if Fortuna hits so hard and he can't take little Jojo Diaz punches, all that power don't mean shit.
Right, but like I said, I mean, Fortuna's been knocked out before. I mean, like I said, we have this. I mean, the Sosa loss because he was actually winning that Sosa fight. He just happened to get caught.
Yeah, that Sosa defense too.
Right. But yeah, no. I mean, Fortuna is definitely to me the harder puncher or whatever. But yeah, the chin is always suspect for him. Personally, I mean, I do think Jojo Diaz will probably beat Fortuna, but it'll be by decision. Like, I mean, it will be like one of them. It might be like a 160, 112, or 115, 113 type decision. But I do think Fortuna will rock him more than enough, and then Fortuna will definitely cut Jojo Diaz too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's the other thing.
Yeah, with a fucking headbutt.
Jojo Diaz. Yeah, Jojo Diaz cuts too damn easy though. Like,
and he's not gonna let him off the hook like Farmer did.
Hell no. So it's like, so yeah.
Farmer never had anything on the hook that fight.
Honestly, that fight
he had him bleed. He had him cut.
Come on, headbutt or some shit
and couldn't do shit afterwards.
Yeah. That was the Jojo Diaz had one of the worst cuts I've ever seen. Early in the fight, and Farmer could have took advantage of that. He could have gotten himself up on the cards, and then bam, they could have stopped it, and Farmer could have retained his belt. But for whatever reason, Farmer did not have
none of that shit.
Did none of that. And Jojo Diaz was able to work himself into the fight and started beating his ass. It was just like, yeah, for some that might have been like, for some that was probably a boxing god intervention.
Should have took the tank fight. Should have took the tank fight.
Now the winner of this will be in a good position for a tank fight, but
right,
we'll see. Or actually, no, wait, hold up. Wouldn't the winner actually get the chance to fight Devin Haney? So it's like you can go both ways, really.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where, if Fortuna wins, where Al wants to steer him. If he wants to steer him towards Haney, where, I mean, I know most people are not high on Haney these days, but I mean,
I still am. The fuck, like that's.
I mean, he's still one of the best young fighters in the game. Like, losing a couple rounds to Linares and not knocking him out, not going to make him suddenly garbage or something.
Yeah, that's
but people think he might be too chinny because people didn't like the way.
Oh my god!
No, I mean Linares.
I mean, it was a couple of things. Number one, because Linares took punches from Haney and was pretty much didn't get cut, didn't even get bruised up or anything like that. And then Linares made him do the zombie walk to the corner, so that was another thing. So people I know Haney's probably hiding something, hiding some China or whatever, But I still think he could beat Fortuna though. Fortuna isn't really that type on that type of level for me to think that he can't beat Haney, but he has that, or he has a tank fight because I'm pretty sure, like I said, Al Heyman is definitely looking for opponents without having to cross the street or cross a different street.
They're gonna run the whole Tank versus a Mexican angle into the ground.
Yeah,
right.
But I think they need someone bigger than that now.
Yeah, and like I said, and there are big 135 fighters and there are big 140 fighters, but it depends. But
non-Mexican bigger fighter though.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, well, yeah, Mikey Garcia
that's a Prograis fighting him. That's what he said.
Winner should fight Tank.
That can be. I mean, Mikey's big enough that even if he's not with PBC, they would still could make that fight. So,
yeah,
he's a big enough player.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey's been moving kind of crazy. Like Mikey's pretty much all about the money right now. But to his,
I didn't even know. Wasn't even sure Mikey could still make 140. But
yeah, he looked big at 147. Like,
yeah, I'm saying,
he was beating up a guy who's going to be fighting at fucking 154. Like, think about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, see, Mikey's just fighting. Like, Mikey doesn't care. Like, he's not signing any promo. He's like, okay, what can you do for me? Like, sign me for a couple fights for PBC. Sign me on the zone. Like, I didn't even expect him to. I mean, one thing's for sure, he's never going to fight on Top Rank again. Like, not as long as Bob Arum's alive. So. But yeah, I mean, Mikey's
so
just
no Josh Taylor versus Mikey Garcia fight.
Yeah, and that's also going to be unfortunate too. That's the case. But I mean, personally, I think
there was no Lomachenko Mikey Garcia fight.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I mean that it's all unfortunate shit. Unfortunately, because he left Top Rank the way he did. But yeah, like I said,
it is what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I guess everybody picking Jojo Diaz except King P.
Yeah,
basically, I'll be the odd man out this time.
Yeah, you'll be the cat in this situation.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, but
they don't have his scorecards.
No. It's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be a close fight either way. I'm gonna say my scorecard will be 115, 112.
And truthfully, this fight should actually be the main event, but instead of the co-main. But for some reason,
the main event is trash. What's it again? Zurdo and
Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez versus Sullivan Barrera.
Oh Lord, I don't want to see either of them.
Yeah, like Ramirez.
So this is the walk-off bout. This is like when Top Rank has like Crawford against anybody, as the main event. But the co-main is a real fight.
This is like when Lara fought Gachet, and on the undercard was you had Charlo Lubin and
Heard
like that was the real card. Like this is the walk-off bout. This is the bout where you go and pick up the kids from school or some shit.
Why are they doing this as the main then? Why is it the main?
Because Zurdo Ramirez, probably because of Zurdo.
Yeah, probably because of Ramirez.
Zurdo ain't.
He's less relevant than Jojo Diaz, which is crazy.
definitely, yeah. But
Ramirez. The biggest thing is he's 41-0. He was a former 168 champion. Now he's moving up to 175, and they're trying to build him towards some big fight at 175, probably against Pavol or whatever. Yeah, so that's why he probably got the main spot. It's just, I mean, now Sullivan Barrera at one point would have been a challenge for him, but Barrera has been. I mean, the last time he was in the ring, he lost to Jesse Hart.
If this was 5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking shot to shit right now. Like, I don't want to see this guy hurt. Like, he's looking worse than Angulo.
Yeah, because I remember that Jesse Hart fight was just all like everything was just off with him. I was just like, wow, but honestly, that's part of the reason why they're putting him like, okay, he's available.
They basically doing this to pay him what he's owed. Just give him a quick main event, give him some money, niggas top tier, whatever type shit.
Well, that and they probably want to get like a knockout of someone who was actually notable in the division at one point. Try to get him out of there.
Easy victory, career mode.
Yeah,
give him a name, basically.
Yeah. Now, of course, it'll be all fucked up if Barrera does actually turn back the hands of time and knocks Zurdo out. Then Oscar will be fucked on that. But for signing,
the odds on this should probably be like astronomical. Like,
yeah,
Barrera has to be like a huge underdog.
Yeah, like I would be surprised though if Barrera is more than plus 1,000. If he is, then you know that he's a true underdog. So yeah. I mean, Barrera himself is not a boring fighter. He's never been a boring fighter like that. He just
lacks that it factor. Like,
yeah,
he has no, like, his hands aren't fast. He's not necessarily real powerful. He doesn't have a crazy work rate. It's not like he doesn't do anything special. Like, and he never seems to really dominate the good fighters he do fight. Like,
he has the Joe Smith victory, which is, outside of the first round. That was a pretty. He defended.
No, I'm talking about Zurdo.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, Zurdo.
Yeah, I'm talking about Zurdo. Like, Zurdo don't really have nothing special about him. Like, he,
Yeah, Zurdo could be a chore to watch depending on who he's facing.
Yeah, he's extra average. At least Barrera actually, at one point had the goods, and then he's way past it. He's shot, but he's had solid performances. But Zurdo, like, he's never really been impressive. Like, not even Munguia level impressive.
Hell no. Like, he might have had one of the most boring, like, super middleweight title runs I've ever heard. Like, he beat Arthur Abraham, and then that pretty much. Outside the fights with Jesse Hart, like the Jesse Hart fights were probably the most exciting fights of his career. Like, and that's because Hart almost beat him on those two fights. To me, he almost did, at least.
Yeah, it's like neither one could seize the moment. Like, Jesse Hart should have won at least the second fight.
Yeah, but Zurdo, after that, though, Zurdo would just kind of disappeared in the background. Like, they were trying to make fights for him, and Zurdo was like, nah, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do then? Like, you're a whole champion, you're not taking your fights. Like, what are you doing? And that's how he kind of faded into the background. But now I think Golden Boy's trying to resurrect him. So, hey, they're gambling on him. So because they're trying to build him. But we'll see. To me, it shouldn't even be the main event. But hey, I guess I figure, especially with the card that they're rolling out. Super Bad is back. Sinisa Super Bad Estrada, she's back facing Asian fighter and WBO's women junior flyweight champion 10K Tsunami. And then we got an interesting lightweight fight between Hector Tanahara versus William Zepeda. That's a dope fight. And then you have the usuals. You have Lamont Roach on there and Jose Gonzalez, and a whole bunch of. I think Oscar's cousin Diego is also on this card too as well.
Damn, what time is it going to start?
It's Friday. So I know they changed the time. I don't know if it's still 3:30 or whatever. Was it 3:30 or is it 7 or is that West Coast time? I forget. Yeah. Well, I will find out a little later. So I know they did change the time of it when it would actually start, but I will find that out. But yeah, no, it's they loaded up their undercard, with their usual roster. So hey, let's say if you're off Friday, just looking for something to watch, definitely tune into that. Like, it's gonna be dope. For sure. But before we go for that, like, what are we actually thinking for Zurdo and Sullivan Barrera, anyways? LB?
Round 3 KO.
For Zurdo, of course.
Yeah, for Zurdo. Hell, of course. if Barrera wins this, it'd be the upset of the year to me.
Word.
That's how far removed Barrera is.
I can dig that. P?
Do you want my real answer? What am I thinking? My real answer of what am I thinking is who gives a shit? But I mean, if I have to say, I'll say Zurdo 5th round KO.
All right. Pilot?
Yeah, I'd say Zurdo 5th round too. P took my answer, but I'm gonna stick with 5th round for Zurdo. Get him out of there.
I for some reason, I'm actually thinking that Zurdo gets him out of there in 1. For some reason.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope so. I got the Legend of Zero in 2.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Honestly, now if Zurdo
1, 2, 3, 5. Damn, there's 5 of us. Nobody could pick 4.
Honestly, but if Zurdo does go distance with Barrera, either A, he has to be beating this ass so bad that the referee is just negligent, and we can blame the ref for it going the distance, or the corner, or the doctor.
Nah, Barrera's not nearly as durable to fucking go 12. So something's gonna be real.
Something goes horribly wrong if this goes 12.
Yeah.
Horribly wrong. Like you let the zombies out in the public bad level. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's either that or Zurdo or Barrera. Like I said, he found something again and was and was beating his ass for half the fight, and Zurdo couldn't adjust or do some shit like that for it to go the distance. Like, so yeah, something would have to go horribly wrong for that to happen. Hopefully, it did. And honestly, I hope for that horribly wrong.
Yeah, I don't want no one killed or anything, but that's the type of damn, how you could be worried about this fight. Because Barrera, the way he's looked in the past, he doesn't need this type of fight. Like, he shouldn't be fighting a former world champion in a main event. Like,
right.
I'll be honest. I like to see my blood and guts and violence, but not this way.
Yeah, you gotta do it when at least the fighters are at least on an upswing, and not not in the twilight.
This is like having a regular person, who's 50 years old, who never got into a fight or anything, fight a 50-year-old Mike Tyson. You might be like, well, they're both like that. Like, you might look at it like, well, they're both 50 years old. Yeah, but one's fucking Mike Tyson. This is how the Zurdo Barrera fight.
That's fucked up. That's a fucked up comparison. You calling this nigga a regular nigga?
Dude, bruh, come on. If you see how bad Barrera is looking, the only thing you can say is, well, they both got boxing gloves on. I just hope no one gets hurt, seriously. That's all. But Zurdo in 3.
Yeah, if it's gonna end, have it end very quickly, and then hopefully, it comes after after a card full of quality fades and whatnot, especially within Diaz and Fortuna. So
yeah, because you're definitely going to get the entertainment factor before this fight.
Absolutely.
The main event, might have something to do later. The Uber ready, yeah. The food order might be ready. I don't know. Third.
Word. But yeah, like I said, man, it's on Friday, not Saturday, because Saturday's the UFC with McGregor, on there. So yeah, so don't get it confused. Friday is the golden.
We got both sports to look forward to. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's rare that we have it's rare to have all these one boxing card a weekend type of deals. But I think that's what July is. I think it's just only one card a weekend for this whole month, I believe.
That's how it needs to be. So we can focus and enjoy that card. And then I think the heavyweight rematch is the climax at the end of the month type shit. So perfect.
Yeah, and then we get Charlo Castaño after we get this Golden Boy card for that weekend. So so at least it's good. We have a card. A weekend.
This is the best boxing we've had in the summer in a while. It's in 2019.
Facts, yeah, because usually summer often they be bullshitting. It's usually either in the spring or in the fall, or definitely in the fall, But yeah, in the summertime usually they go a little light. But I think this time they can't afford to do that since the pandemic kind of changed things. So yeah, they need these fighters need to make some money. So that's why we got the card yesterday.
Speaking of money, who fumbled the bag?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, that's a good segue.
It's not a fumble. Not a fumble.
Let me see. I'm not a football guy. Think of forgot to throw the jab in the last round of the fight. That sound better?
No, nigga. It's not like that.
Let me see. You was overweight at the weigh-in. You lost your title on the scales.
That's close. That's closer.
Okay, all right.
Oh, wait a minute. Just before we go on that subject, apparently we just got some news from the WBA. Apparently the Board of Governors is actually going to vote on a potential reinstatement of Manny Pacquiao as welterweight champion ahead of his showdown with Errol Spence.
Oh, they're gonna vote yes.
Shocked. I'm so shocked.
I'm so shocked. Color me shocked. Oh my god, I have no idea what to think of this.
Once they knew that fight was going to be for the ring belt,
yeah, you knew they're gonna have the
WBA. Like you had to do it that way.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is a Ugas? Huh?
Yeah.
I was saying that before, but now I'm really saying it.
Yeah, and let's put it this way: most of us did not put respect on Ugas's title run, only because he beat someone that wasn't really a top welterweight contender for that quote unquote belt that he got upgraded to, and of course I said Ugas needed to face a heavy hitter of some sort, like he had to face somebody. So for me to put respect, because like I said, ain't no guy that damn near lost to Thomas Delorme. I can't put him as no threat over anybody, including people who kind of shit on Crawford's competition. Like no. But the WBA is also setting themselves up for a loss.
Will be Crawford's best opponent right now.
At
welterweight.
And truthfully, it'll be fucked up. I mean, if the WBA strips him, but because Ugas didn't make a title defense, Ugas didn't even have a chance to. Like, honestly, you have grounds to sue the WBA if Ugas does that. Either that or Al has to pay him like an extra $500,000 for him to.
Man, honestly, who gives a fuck?
I mean, they're breaking their own rules, though. I do. I give a fuck.
I just don't give a fuck. If he's not fighting somebody worth a damn, I just don't give a fuck.
Okay, Slim Shady.
They haven't even announced a fight for him. Like, I mean,
exactly.
I think all rumors is like pointing to him fighting on the undercard of this.
So he should be cheating. He could be in the same building as a fucking real champion.
I know, because there's supposed to be Keith Thurman versus him, and all that shit. But
Keith, the only reason why Keith's even mentioning his name because he has that belt. So I'm pretty sure Keith's not.
He's not gonna fight Ugas once Ugas gets like none of the guys nobody's gonna want to fight him because then they'll have the regular belt and then that just basically just deadlocks them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So next.
Yeah. It's fucked up though, but hey, if Ugas wants to sue him, go ahead. But he'll
live. It's boxing.
Yeah,
that's box.
Yeah, but definitely switch off the boxing for a little bit. There's definitely another controversy going.